Accounting and bookkeeping. Both of these terms are often used interchangeably, but they actually have very distinctive meanings and different roles. Understanding the difference between the two can be crucial for small business owners, entrepreneurs, and anybody who wants to keep track of their finances. So in this video, I'm going to be defining what accounting and bookkeeping means, and I'll be going over the differences. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Irene, and I'm a CPA in Canada. I post videos explaining important accounting and tax concepts using simple language to help business owners gain financial clarity. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more. Okay, let's define bookkeeping and accounting. Bookkeeping is the process of recording daily financial transactions, such as sales, purchases, and any other financial event that affects the business. So for example, loans, investments, and purchasing of inventory. These transactions are recorded in a company's general ledger, the books, using a debit and credit system. So bookkeeping is primarily concerned with the accurate and timely recording of financial data. So accounting, on the other hand, is a broader term that encompasses bookkeeping and many other things. So the definition of accounting is the measurement, the processing, and the communication of financial and non-financial data of businesses and corporations. Accounting also involves the analyzing and the interpretation of financial data for strategic decision making. So to illustrate the difference between the two, let's imagine a small business owner named Sarah who owns a bakery. Sarah's bookkeeper records the daily financial transaction of the business into the company's general ledger. So whenever Sarah's company buys ingredients, it'll be recorded. When there is a sale of a cupcake, it'll also be recorded. The bookkeeper makes sure that everything is accurately recorded and up to date. So later at the end of the year, Sarah is going to go meet her accountant to review the financial reports that were prepared by the bookkeeper. The accountant is going to use the books prepared by the bookkeeper, and they're going to review the data, interpret the data, and the accountant is going to prepare the tax return, provide any tax planning, as well as any recommendations they see fit. Recommendations could include whether the accountant will suggest Sarah to be paid through salaries or dividends, or even recommendations on Sarah's corporate structure. So to summarize, bookkeeping is concerned with the recording and summarizing of financial data, while accounting is focused on analyzing and interpreting that data to provide strategic advice. Now let's dive deeper into the specific tasks that bookkeepers and accountants perform. So traditionally, bookkeepers typically handle tasks such as recording financial transactions into a company's accounting system, reconciling bank statements, and verifying that the transactions in the general ledger, the books, match up to the bank's records. So bookkeepers will also prepare the financial statements like the balance sheet and income statement. And then depending on the level of service that you opt your bookkeeper to provide, they may also help with generating invoices for you, and as well as managing your accounts payables and your accounts receivables. They may also help you manage payroll, and they may also help you with sales tax filings, etc. So accountants, on the other hand, they perform more complex tasks such as preparing tax returns and providing tax planning advice, conducting financial analysis to help business owners with strategic decisions. Accountants can also prepare reports for investors, lenders, and other stakeholders. Accountants can also create budgets and forecasts to guide business operations. Accountants can also perform audits for compliance with financial regulations. So now we'll talk about the education and training and certification for bookkeepers and accountants. So for bookkeepers, you typically need some sort of training or some sort of certification on bookkeeping to become a bookkeeper. And then for accountants, you typically have to have a bachelor's degree in accounting or something related. And some accountants might pursue a CPA designation, which means that they're going to become a chartered professional accountant in Canada. In order for you to become a chartered professional accountant, a CPA in Canada, you have to go through the CPA educational program, as well as completing the minimum months of work experience required by the body, as well as passing a 3-day common final exam, which will then allow you to obtain your CPA designation. So not all accountants are CPAs, but all CPAs are accountants. People get mixed up with bookkeeper, accountant, and CPAs a lot, and I kind of think of it like this. So like the first bottom level here is bookkeeper. And then the next one would be like an accountant. And typically an accountant is, you know, what I just explained earlier, but sometimes it could be an accountant who works in the accounting department within a company as well too, like the higher ups. And then the next one is a CPA. And at the CPA level, there is just way more expertise and intricacies and more training and hurdles to get over in order to become a CPA. So you might be wondering, when do I hire a bookkeeper and when do I hire an accountant? Well, I'm gonna say for a bookkeeper, it would really depend on your business, the size and the complexity of your business. If your business is super simple and you have 1-2 transactions a month, you could definitely do the bookkeeping yourself. However, it's time to hire a bookkeeper when you are spending way too much time trying to do the bookkeeping yourself, when you can spend that time doing revenue generating activities for your business. 2, when your accountant says that your books are messy, which will lead to the accountant spending more time doing their accounting work because they're trying to fix your messy books that you did yourself. And then third one is if you just have no idea what you're doing, it's honestly better to invest in a bookkeeper because they oftentimes will know much more than you and be able to offer you guidance. And yes, you're gonna have to spend some money to invest in that. However, it will save you more money down the line because then you'll be educated on business expenses. They'll make sure that your documentations are proper, but honestly it depends on you. And I also wanna say that bookkeepers and accountants and CPAs, these are all services, right? So not all accountants and bookkeepers and CPAs are made the same. So honestly, it would really depend on you and who you find. And as for accountants, I honestly think that you should find an accountant ASAP because A, you need to get your taxes filed. B, the accountants are literally trained in all of this. Tax laws are always changing. There's different compliance rules that you need to be abiding by. And so the CPA will be able to guide you in the way. Oftentimes, I find that a lot of business owners don't even know that they're missing something or missing a tax filing or missing a payment, etc. until they start working with an accountant. And then the accountant has to like clean it up for them and like get them up to speed with all their filings, etc. And then of course, you can file your personal taxes yourself. However, I would still recommend you to go to an accountant. Yes, it will cost you money. However, the peace of mind to know that it's getting done, your taxes are getting filed correctly and accurately, it'll be worth more than the amount of money that you have to actually pay the accountant. And then one of my business mentors used to say this is that you can do the tax returns yourself or go to a tax preparer companies and they could do the taxes, or you could take your tax return and get it filed with CPAs. And so it's like you having a cut on your hand. You can either self-soothe and put medicine on it and, you know, just put a band-aid on it, or you can take it to the doctors and the doctors will look at your cut. They'll also put the band-aid on it for you, but then they'll notice a mole next to it and be like, hey, you know what? This actually looks like a risk. Why don't we come in and take a look at this to make sure everything is good to go? Having that expert on your team is really that extra set of professional eyes. It's more of a preventative measure. So there you have it. That is the difference between an accountant and bookkeeper. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more. Over here, YouTube thinks that you're really going to like this video, so I will meet you there.